Hello everyone, this is Peter and thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of News Plus brought you from Plus Agency. With no further ado, let's get this week started. First of all, is realistically about DIY disasters. On the rise as mortgage costs soar. As the sewage running down the front paths, hot water taps leaking gas, and severe water damages, these are some of the DIY disasters homeowners are unwittingly creating in an attempt to save money as the cost of living soars. Treaties have reported an increase in the numbers of jobs they called out to have been caused by homeowners attempting repair or renovation themselves, with some attempt to a day. Data from Treaty platform HighPages shows homeowners are delaying maintenance and repair in an attempt to save money, with many saying they can't afford to pay the work. But it doesn't really matter. You can't save the money. Unfortunately, in this particular time, even it comes as the Reserve Bank hikes interest rate by 175 basis points in 4 months, adding hundreds more to average mortgage repayment costs across Australia. So it looks like everybody had just to buckle up and being really tight. But if something is broken, still get a professional to do it unless you're trained by a professional. All right, next one, famous Saddler House, long house in Wollongong finally sells after 130 days. 130 days is a long time, but this property has been sold for $2.55 million, which was built in 1950s, has been close to what the owner has won. The 4-bedroom on Morris Avenue has initially with $2.9 million price guide. When it was purchased in 2015, it was only about $1.53 million. So the home is old, however, it does have its charm to it. First sold, it was 1965, and at the time, the property was sold for only $12,500. Not dollars, pound actually. Think about the price has increment over the years. Good home still sells 130 days, whether it's long or short, we'll leave the market decide. I hope the buyer is happy and I hope the seller is happy as well. Price discounting on the rise as more distressed homeowners forced to sell. Increasing number of cash-strapped homeowners are being forced to list their properties at reduced prices in order to secure a quick sale. New figure revealed distressed properties list rose by 4% over the month of July, while there was also a surge in unsuccessful sales campaigns for the months and year to date. The SQM search data showed national residential property listings rose by 7.1% to 237,336 properties. This is higher than the previous record figure of 221,571 recorded in June. Distressed property is a property that the owner wishes to sell urgently, usually due to reasons like being unable to afford to pay the mortgages. Distressed sales also include deceased estate. The recent rise in distressed property listings has met more vendors reducing the sale prices of home in order to sell quickly. Listing lasts longer than 31 days, 180 days also rose by 14.1%. Trend, which SQM research director Louis Christopher said will continue to rise over the remainder of 2022. Vendors were largely unsuccessful in selling their efforts over July. This is now a clear trend across all cities of rising listings, which has been driven by low buyer interest and is ultimately symbolic of national housing downturn. This is said by Mr. Christopher. So, but in New South Wales, Queensland, there's a lot of people still making money by selling the property as well. So we can't say this across the board. And then if you have enough cash flow, at the moment holding the property may not be a worst choice, unless in some suburbs, which we have talked about before, are actually getting better prices. So you have to always have a look at the things in the two ways. Today's show presenter Richard Wilkins sells the second most valuable investment property for $925,000. So today's show presenter Richard Wilkins has secured the sale of his second most valuable investment apartment at about $925,000. There has been an auction guide of $850 for this 2-bedroom on Pump Street, set on the ground floor in the mid-1960s block, and the tightly held building has only seen 2 sales in 7 years, both in 2020 and the other 2-bedroom apartment fetched about 820 to and 900,000. So this is definitely a very good price. The sale marks the exit for the most amount of Americans who sold 1965 Mervyn Road apartments earlier this year at about $1.01 million, with these investment buyers putting it up for $650 a week. And then he still retained 2 investment properties, investment property in Cremorne, aside from his long-time home, which was bought in just over $2 million in 2004. So people are making money. It's a good time. And then let's see how we can put everything together in this market. NRL star Latrell Mitchell's new $4.3 million record-breaking home in the south of Sydney. So South Sydney, NRL star Latrell is seemingly heading south and away from the coastal chiefly. The fullback appears to have snapped up a new luxury entertainer, which was recently sold at Ramsgate Beach in the southern Sydney, fetches $4.275 million through the McGrath estate agent, topping the low-key suburbs' recent prices. Mitchell posted the sale to his Instagram with the image of his wife and his 2 children in front of the sold sign with the caption, making moves. The post was quickly deleted, though not before terminate Cody Walker's justly offered to move in. All right, and then next one, it looks like a record's been made. And next one is a big record, which we'll leave it to the last for today. The bidders rallying for Wahroonga Mansion scores $13 million sale. $13 million in Wahroonga. Listed with a price guide of $10 million. This 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom property at 27 Breeside Street has stunned onlookers after selling for $13 million under the hammer. Situated in the Wahroonga's Golden Triangle, the 18-month-old home guaranteed a strong 80 to 100 onlookers to watch for 4 registered bidders, putting down millions of dollars per bid. Auctioned by Daijun's Josh and sold by agent team, the bidding started at $9 million. It ultimately came down to 2 bidders who goes to $11 million quickly before raising each bid to assert dominance over another person. The 840 square meter home included a grand formal living room and all-weather terraces, swimming pool, spa, and championship-sized tennis court. As the cost of building a new home goes up, people are increasingly looking to save money by buying bigger homes and upsizing for their families, Mr. Lassin said. And Fraser said this is the body language of buyers was changing with the depths of bidding, mirroring a changing behavior which buyers become more picky about properties that they choose. So doesn't matter how much people are actually thinking the market is different, big, massive, crazy prices still happening. People are still, bidding over themselves at the auction, in this market, if the product is the right product. All right, going to something a little bit lighthearted, to secure yourself a good investment. We got this 1-bedroom coming up in Plus 8. This is new listings at number 1 Allen Grove Crescent in North Ryde. It's not $13 million, it's not $4 million, it's not record breaking. It's just one humble 1-bedroom in the heart of North Ryde. With very nice floor plan and then very nice light, very square shaped floor plan for anyone who's thinking of buying a first home investment property at about $500,000. If you have the budget, please make sure you contact us, Plus Agency, to make a quick move. All right, thank you so much for tuning into this week of News Plus. I'll see you next week. This is Peter Lee. Bye bye.